Hey guys, what's going on? It's Dan here with the Regular Guy Garage. Something I want to talk about today is something that I've read on the forums and even on Facebook every now and again, and I think it's honestly something that a lot of people think of before they put a power adder, specifically in this case a supercharger, onto their daily driven car. So now for the people who are impatient and just want the yes or no answer right away, is it okay? Yes, I think it is. So if your goal is to slap a supercharger on your daily driven car, but you really want to make power with it, you want to run 10 seconds consistently all the time at the drag strip, chances are you're going to have parts fail on that car. Now, does that mean you shouldn't put a supercharger on it? No, not at all. You should still do it. But you should just accept the fact that you're going to be going through parts, whether it's rods, pistons, a lifter dropping, I mean, whatever parts end up failing on your particular setup. Now, the people who are just looking for, hey, I want to put a power adder onto my car, and I'm really just looking for added horsepower, you know, hey, I bought this, right now we're in my 2017 Camaro SS 1LE, which has a Whipple supercharger on it. So you buy the car, which comes with what, 455 horsepower, and yeah, it's okay. It's, you know, some people would say, yeah, that's fast. But in reality, in today's world, it's not that fast. So for me to slap the supercharger on it with the Whipple provided tune, yeah, it makes 560 horsepower. Of course, there's cars out there that are faster than it. One of the benefits of putting a supercharger on your daily driven car is that power's there when you want it, but it's also not there when you don't want it. And what I mean by that is, if I'm just driving around in my regular daily driving mode, car is not actually being strained in any way at all possible. Car is not in boost unless I give it a certain amount of throttle, and if I want to go into boost, I just put my foot in it and I go into boost. Like there. Now, don't get me wrong, yeah, this car can still brake. Even though it's my daily driver, and I do drive it relatively easy because it is my daily driver, the possibility is still there that you have to accept the fact that it can still brake. But if you're someone who's worried, man, I want more power, but I don't want my car to brake. I mean, I put 1,000 miles on this setup so far. Since I put it together, it still drives like it's bone stock. I mean, right now I'm cruising with it's 102 degrees out here in North Carolina. So I have the air conditioner on, I'm cruising on the highway, the car is, you know, just like it was before the supercharger. Well, obviously your drivability is going to be a little bit different, but is it going to make you, you know, not want to drive the car because it's supercharged? Maybe at first, like, oh man, I don't want to put miles on it, I don't want to brake it. Honestly, just get in the car and drive it. It will be perfectly fine. Now, if you're looking for trying to chase horsepower, chase that lower time at the drag strip, you're looking to add, you know, headers, race tune, you know, all this other stuff where you're going to be throwing a bunch of timing at the engine, you're going to be doing long pulls in it, you're adding a lot of heat, especially, I'll say on this Camaro, adding a lot of heat into the cylinders where these engines have tight ring gaps, you're going to blow a piston apart. So I'll say is if you're trying to daily drive a race car and race it, you have to accept that it's going to break. Now, there's a lot of guys who do it. There's a lot of people out there with whatever type of car they have, Mustang, Camaro, whatever, that daily drive their cars and take them to the drag strip all the time and have a supercharger on a stock motor. A couple things to expect if you are daily driving a car with a supercharger that didn't have a supercharger before. A couple things you're going to notice. One, your fuel economy is going to go down, obviously. You're packing more air into that engine, it needs more fuel. So your city fuel economy is going to suffer tremendously. I've actually taken a short road trip in this car with the Whipple supercharger on it, and I'll say that on the highway the car actually doesn't do that bad. Honestly, your fuel economy after adding a supercharger is dependent on how heavy your foot is. But if you have a good safe tune, you know, you run a conservative amount of boost, you can probably, you know, just touch the limit. You know, like they say, the limits of the LT1, you can live at about 600 horsepower. What I will say is, if you're on the fence about putting a supercharger on your daily driver, just go ahead and do it. Be smart about it. Do a little bit of research on what blower you actually want for your car before you go out and buy one. But there's a lot of information out there between the forums, between Facebook groups. Go out there, search for the information, find what is going to work best for your setup. If you're a daily driver, you can run a supercharger safely. You can take road trips safely. Like I said, I've taken a small road trip. It was a couple 100 miles, no issues whatsoever. It's been 100+ degrees every day in North Carolina for a while now. The car runs cool. It's still running. It's running below 200 degrees. It's got good oil pressure. You know, all the temps are good. One thing I will recommend, if you do decide to slap a supercharger on your car, daily drive it. As I put out in one of my recently done videos, especially on this Camaro SS, get a oil separator or catch can. I took the cup off this oil separator the other day. I've only gone a few 100 miles or so since doing the catch can, because I did the catch can after I did the actual supercharger. It has gathered a bunch of oil already. That's gonna be it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you're stopping by for the first time, be sure to subscribe. I will be at the YouTube call out this Saturday in North Carolina. I won't be racing or anything. I'll have my kids with me. My sons love cars. They watched all the guys on YouTube and stuff. So, you know, we're just kind of go hang out. I'll have the Reptile Camaro out there. So if you guys are out there, you know, you want to check it out or whatever, by all means, come up to me, you know, chit chat, whatever. If you don't follow me on Instagram, @RegularGuyGarage, I'll put a link in the description. Take care, guys, and we'll see you on the next one.